Good morning. My name is Michael, and thank you for joining me for today's installment of Power Up for Summer. I hope to provide a little spiritual food for thought and inspiration for your day today. Today's scripture verse is from Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 24. And it reads like this: Friends come and friends go, but a true friend sticks by you like family. When I first read this, I thought of two things. One was, do I have friends like that? Friends that'll stick by me? And the second part was I remembered a talk I had gone to at Breakforth 2013 in Edmonton. I went to see Mark Buchanan, who's a Canadian pastor, author, and teacher. And during his talk, he talked about friendship. He talked about the relationship between David and Jonathan. And then he got a bit more personal. He asked the people there, do any of you have a 3 a.m. friend? And many of us looked at him kind of puzzled. A 3 a.m. friend. And what he meant was somebody that you can call at 3 in the morning if you're struggling. Maybe you need someone to talk to. Maybe you're having some kind of emergency or a health issue. And it made me wonder. And that phrase, 3 a.m. friend, kind of stuck with me to this day. When I was looking for information on friendships, there were many different qualities and attributes that came up. But there are 4 I wanted to focus on today. The first of those was that true friendships, genuine friendships, 3 a.m. friendships take time. You need to spend time together and get to know one another. You need to be able to share a bit of your everyday highs and lows. And it takes time to develop trust. I think there's a kind of a give and take eventually, that your friend helps you and you help them. And there's a give and take that happens that I think's a big part of it, where it's not a one-way street. It kind of works both ways. The second attribute I came up with was acceptance. That there's a level of acceptance where people kind of accept you for who you are, who you really are. They eventually get to know you, sort of warts and all, and accept you for that. And hopefully, show the love and care and concern that Jesus would show if he was to meet you. The third attribute was encouragement. That your true friend, your 3 a.m. friend, would show you encouragement, maybe see things in you that you don't even see in yourself, that they believe in you, that they help you to be the best person you can be, your best self. The fourth attribute that I wanted to focus on was that faith was included in the friendship. When I thought about it, many of my closest friends were people who had an active faith life. Some of them may not be part of my home church, but I knew that they had an active faith life in their own churches because we talked about it. We talked about our faith and about our struggles and encouraged each other. It was part of our friendship. And I think there's a special kind of depth and intimacy that's created when you have a chance to worship together and pray together, maybe be part of a Bible study together or a small group, you eventually get to know each other's story and again share the ups and downs of your everyday life. I think also the fact that you share some common values also has an impact. The fact that you're trying to live out your Christian faith, you're trying to imitate Jesus, you're trying to share his love and compassion and the care that he showed to people, I think it has a big impact on the quality of those friendships. And I think in the end, we're asked to put our faith into action. You know, that we are the hands and the legs and the eyes of Jesus in our families and in our communities. And I think that's where a lot of the inspiration to help our neighbors comes from. And to bring things to a close, I'd like people to think about a couple things. I'd like them to maybe recognize and be grateful for the people who are those 3 a.m. friends, and to maybe thank them for the time that they've given them and the time that you've shared. And the second thing is, maybe there's somebody in your community, in your circle, who might be in need of that kind of friendship. And I would ask people just to kind of look around and see if you might be willing to reach out, to step up, and to be present for someone. And I think that's about it for today. Thank you for your time.